And we're
And
live.
we're live. Should we just hop into it then?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Roger that. Well, pretty straightforward session today. At least the idea that I had was more so just checking in on where we were last week with Killjoy Haven, then taking a look at Killjoy Binds, and then making any tweaks as necessary. Um, Maybe we can start with a little recap similar to how we did last week. How was your week?
I felt like it was very back and forth.
Yeah.
Yesterday in particular, I got so tilted, and it's like I see myself getting more and more tilted
Mm-hmm.
as the games go on, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm sure that's like a normal part of the experience, but it's the first time that like I'm experiencing it, I guess.
I gotcha. What do you think is leading into it? Is it just personal performance or?
Maybe, and then also like we talked about it a little bit in the dojo, but um some of it might just be what I'm hearing from my teammates.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Even if I necessarily don't have to like take it as gospel, take their feedback as gospel, or like maybe they're tilted too and just like projecting or whatever. It's hard for me to know like what to take and what not to. So maybe I'm internalizing it a little bit. Um, that's all I can think of.
I gotcha. The teammate stuff is tough. I think for this week, maybe I can give you a bit more direction on what to focus on so that teammates' input you can kind of just override with um, hopefully the direction. So that's good to hear. Just to give a bit of an actionable. Anything else that you want
Mhm.
to add to this?
I did try doing some or like learning some of the Killjoy Molly lineups on Haven,
Yeah.
and they feel very inconsistent. I don't know if I'm just doing them wrong, but like every time I throw them, they just like land in random spots. I'm like, okay, maybe, maybe like it's when I jump and like hit the mouse button, like has to be at the precise time or something. But that was
Gotcha.
very frustrating as well.
Gotcha. That's not something I thought about. Jump throws are definitely inconsistent by nature, just because there are those variables. Typically, it's you jump pretty much as soon as you press spacebar, or you throw as soon as you press spacebar. But we can practice that as well. Uh, okay, cool. Molly's. Anything else?
Mm, I did do a couple of self-review and a couple of pro VOD review. For myself, I noticed that like my peaking is getting bad again, and I need to fix it.
Okay. What do you think that is?
I feel like maybe I'm just rushing again. Like I
Um,
don't know how to turn that off, or I wasn't noticing it until I reviewed some of my gameplay.
um, good to know. Anything else?
Not off the top of my head. I didn't get a lot of game play over the last week because I was sick, but getting back to it felt fine.
Um,
Maybe even played a little bit too much on the first day back, so
yeah. Okay. How are you feeling about the game? Like, are you still enjoying it? You feeling you're reaching a little bit of burnout? Where is your headspace with that?
no, I still really like it.
Okay, that's good.
I think it was just that one session I was just getting a little tilted. Um, but I think that's normal.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. This makes sense. I did take a look at the Haven game here, and I got halfway through Bind. There's some pretty clear things to point out. Um, but before I do, if you had to like give like a mental stack percentage, like basically how much of your mental stack do you think you're using? Would you say you're like fully capped, like you're capped at 100%, can't really add any more, or you feel like you're on the low end or like a 1%? Like where are you in that range? Might also depend on
I
map
don't
too.
know.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it
Don't.
depends.
Okay. What would you say your average would be if you just had to give a number?
I guess I don't really know what you mean by my mental stack percentage.
Yeah, I guess when I think of
Do you
100%,
think
it's like
what
overwhelm.
I'm thinking about while I'm
Um,
playing?
That's part of it. I guess I don't want to say it's like all conscious thought. Like it doesn't have to be conscious for your mental stack to feel overwhelmed, but like maybe it's easier to see symptoms because like one symptom I have when my mental stack percentage is really low is like I feel bored. I feel like I'm not adapting. I feel like I'm kind of just autopiloting through the game. Like I guess that's mental stack
Mm,
percentage is autopilot. And then when I have
I
too
see.
much mental stack, it's like I get overwhelmed. I'm not sure what to do. There's all these options. And then when I'm in the middle ground somewhere, it's kind of just like a normal game.
Yeah, maybe I'm at a higher mental stack
Okay.
percentage. Maybe like a 60. Sometimes if I do get overwhelmed though, I will shift into autopilot because I'm like, okay, if I can't decide on anything, then I'm just gonna go back to basics.
Okay. Okay. It's good to know. Okay. Let's hop into the game. First, I want to maybe theme this a little bit. I think the theme of this session is going to be how can I find more duels? Right? Let's just start with this. Now, the reason why I want to point this out is because for the most part, when you take your duels, it looks pretty good. Obviously, you pointed out some peeking stuff. Like there's always things that I would point out as well for mechanics, like maybe we should have sprayed some more, whatever. But the common theme that I noticed in this Haven bot in particular is that there was a lot of times where it's like, I don't know what to do. It's like,
Mhm.
we're standing here. Do we go forward? Do we go back? Do we go with the team? On defense, do we go out? But I want to start off with this last kill here, which you might remember, which was super sick. We don't really have a mechanical bottleneck here. I mean, we shit on that guy. It's a really nice shot. It's definitely the best kill we had this game, so it was a good one to end it on. But I don't. I do think that if our mechanics improved, we would rank up just naturally. But when we look at some of the score lines in these games, but particularly this Haven one, our engagements are pretty low, like 13 kills, 16 deaths.
Yeah.
It feels kind of low, and maybe some of these other games, our scoreline could be due to us just not winning the duels, but it also could just be that we don't really get many duels. So um, that's kind of what I wanted to walk through today as we kind of go through the VODs. Um,
Okay.
One of the first things is that your setups, your turret, your alarm bot, you have that for defense. We just don't really have the attack util, like where to put our turret and stuff in our alarm bot. So I'll quickly write these down in the doc. This is going to be your standard right here if your teammates are kind of going A. So let me go ahead and label this standard. My A button's not working. That's strange.
For the alarm bot, even if it's out of range, that's a good place to put it.
So that's a good point. The short answer would be no, but one second. I don't know why my A button's not working. Okay, well that's just not gonna work. Let me test it in here. Okay, that works in here. I'll just put it over. Um, this setup is more so if you're going alone and your teammates are heavy A. So something like a 4-1 here. This would kind of be the setup, and in this case, you will almost never be out of range of this alarm bot because most of the time you're gonna either be going into this corner here or like walking up to go into this corner. And you can see you're pretty much in range
Mhm.
for all of this. So let me go ahead and paste this down. Standard 4-1 setup where you're going mid while teammates go A. Okay, so that's one of them. Another setup that we could do is pretty much the same thing, but you have your alarm bot here. But this time your teammates are mid and you want to go mid with them. Now this does leave your C flank open. So typically what I like to do instead is just move this turret back. And then I'll like directionally move it here. So C's garage and C push. And then you can just go mid with the team. And as you can kind of see, the Venn diagram lets you pretty much be anywhere in mid. You just can't really get onto B site, but that's okay. Because most of the time when you are going B, you would just stand, let me get rid of these neons. You would just stand here, and then you would throw your mollies from here to here. You don't really need to get on site
Mhm.
most of the time.
Mhm.
So this, I would say, is setup number 2 if your teammates are going heavy mid and you want to be with them. One round, I don't know if you recall, we did get flanked from A, and this could have been a good alternative fix. So let's see. Set up to go with the team in mid. Now let's talk about rushes. For rushing A, typically you just flip your turret over. So this is my favorite corner for this. Boom. Throw in this corner. You don't really even need to use your line bot. If anything, you can save it for sight. And then you could throw a molly lineup from here to here if you have it. All these lines be good to do, or you can just throw the molly lineups from here as well. Either or. This would just be teammates rushing A. This is your A rush setup pretty much. The reason why I want to quickly outline this is just because we didn't really have it for attack. Rush A setup. Okay. Yeah, let's hop into it. The dreaded 4 neon stack. Yeah, that would be pretty brutal. Okay, so we go for a little A rush here. Our turret's there, whatever. Something we didn't get to do this game is we didn't actually have any of the A lineup mollies or the C molly lineup. So we didn't use actually any mollies on attack this game with lineups. So that's something that we might want to drill at the end. But more importantly, sorry, I'm skipping around a little bit. More importantly, what I want you to see is how much downtime we have. Like, we're kind of waiting. So our teammates are kind of running up here. They're already taking fights, right? Our teammates are out. But you can see we're like shifting behind the smoke here.
Yeah.
Good rule of thumb is if your teammates are out through the smoke, you want to get in front of the smoke as quick as you can. That might be a minimap thing as well, but you'll notice if we were able to be in front of the smoke, let's say we are kind of next to the clove right now. This guy who just dies backside, my hyperpen's not open. This first guy on the right, you might be able to trade that. But because we're kind of further back, we don't really get many trade opportunities this game. Which goes back to the initial theme of how can we get more duels? This is one of them. Being out on the site with your teammates to try and get trades. Go Zammy, thanks for the raid. Going through some coaching. But that's going to be a pretty common theme this game. This round 2 was kind of whatever. Nothing crazy happened this one. Let's see. We cancel here, go back. Okay. So this was all fine so far. I don't think we got really any gun duels here. Alarm bot is good to not put on bomb, but put it on the choke points. So I like where that Reyna smoke is. Similarly to how we did the A site one here. Wait, where is this one here? You can just put your alarm bot for when they come out spawn. So that's a good rule of thumb to do. If you take the site, use your alarm bot to put it in a smoke. Just gonna speed this up a little bit because I don't really recall too much happening here. Okay, so going back to the how can I find more duels? You see your homie kind of walking up here to take the fight. Maybe you also walk up with him. I think a lot of your new job in terms of mental stack will be to try and identify a teammate that's about to take a duel and then see if you can fight with them.
Okay.
But he takes that fight. We're kind of just like, okay, he has that. Let me kind of just vibe here. But you can kind of see we aren't really doing too much here in terms of looking for a duel. This, I think, might have been the round where we got flanked from A. But obviously just having that setup down a little bit earlier. This guy dies pushing A. And what you'll notice here is because we're kind of worried about garage, we aren't part of the B hit. So the common theme that we're seeing on attack is we aren't actually physically with the team most of the time. To be fair, there's not really much comms happening, or if they are calming, it's kind of hard to follow. But we just aren't a part of the action. So the rounds are going to be dictated by our teammates and not by us. It's kind of what happens this round. Like pretty much the round's over. We kind of just help the garage push. So going a bit forward, alarm bot for flank. Killing, holding short. Get this kill. That was nice. Punish the short push. No mollies thrown. That's kind of the thing I just want to quickly point out here. Third flank. I do believe this guy flashes out at some point. Can you kill this guy? Boom. So you can kind of see the actual gun duel isn't really the issue. It's just we don't really have many gun duels. But this is kind of our first round where we're on the bomb site taking duels with the team as part of the hit. And now we're actually influencing the round. But yeah. Keep going. Turret. And they into die. Not much to say here. Theoretically, if we knew it was a C rush, we could do the C rush util with the turret in this corner plus the molly lineups, but I don't think the plan was really thought out here. Like no one really mentioned anything. So do you like this alarm bot? You have your turret here. Like so far, this is shaping up to be a good round. We can kind of be with the team, but your Clove kind of walks in. We don't actually get to be close enough to take the duels, and that's because when we see our teammates walk up here, we decided to go out and to the right rather than out and forward. So similar thing happening here, which of course, if you were able to punish anyone swinging, it would be great. But there's just no trades going on here.
Yeah.
But you can see when we get the gun duels, we're winning them. This was just a lack of molly here, I would say. It's hard to figure out where they are, to be fair. We just go through, gun out, Skydog here, we kind of just get bit. So small thing, but if you can throw the molly in the smokes, it would be good here. But again, we're winning the duels when we have them. We're just not having many duels. Molly short, I think this was, we started doing this a bit more in this game as well. We tried to molly heaven there. So, CT molly would be a little bit better. Yeah, I did bounce, yeah. And I want to say we kind of just get ulted off and at the we all just kind of got grouped here and died.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one was a bit rough. That's the power of the Killjoy ult. I know we talked about like retake ults last time. That's just the power of the Killjoy ult. Not really much you can change here, to be honest. Yep, here's our C rush. We get breach ulted this round, unfortunately. I was gonna say like maybe the molly could help with this, but he just has a well-timed breach ult and we kind of just get clapped, to be honest. Here's a breach ult. It's like, oh, and yeah, that's pretty much that. So I don't know if the molly would have made a difference. Probably not, but that will happen.
Well, maybe because he was in that corner, right?
Yeah, potentially. Depends on.
Maybe it would have had him move at least.
Yeah, exactly. So we turn here, we're chilling, we peek garage, he spots us, and then you'll kind of notice we aren't going to be really in the B fights here. Oh no, this is the flank where we die from window. This is what it was. So you thought about it, you try to alarm bot it. Simply put, the turret here plus the alarm bot here. If we knew we were going mid, could have solved some of this.
Yeah.
It's a bit unfortunate with Killjoy on this map. It's kind of hard because like you have to know what your teammates want to do, or kind of assume. And you can't really have like universal flank util every single time. So in that part of things, it is a bit tougher. But you die from the flank. We put the turret in this corner, molly short. So far, so good. This would be a great round to use your Killjoy ult to take the site if we could. I don't think it's gonna happen. This Raze has also been doing some pretty good nades this game. We leave. Okay, gets traded. Boom. And we just die on this peak here. So this is kind of what you're talking about, the peak. That fight's really awkward, so I won't hang up too much on it, but it's just an awkward fight.
Yeah.
But so far, hopefully you can kind of see the theme of what's happening. We actually don't have many duels. Like we're 4 and 8 right now, but it feels like maybe we've had like a total of like 5 or 6 duels. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
And I think some of that is like your teammates are like actually playing faster this game. I think your Clove might have been queued with some of your teammates. I'm not sure if I could probably check tracker, but the pace of this game is very fast, maybe compared to what you're used to. Or at least compared to what you're used to on the Killjoy compared to the Reyna. But it's showing a bit here, I think, in terms of the spacing. Oh. Get up a little bit here. Flank turret, boom. You kind of see like we don't really have any flank fights here. And also we get flanked from window again, so that alarm bot could help. I guess we don't have the money for it. There's just no fights here. So if we go back, the question to solve here is like, where can we find more duels? Well, that guy got spotted garage because you saw him. So you get flashed. At this point, everything's fine. And now we have to read the body language of our homies. Are we going B? Are we going garage? At this point, it seems like we're split. Irena's going right, and these guys are going left. So at this point, I would probably just commit garage side because there's a smoke on B. And I see my homie run up. I'd probably also just be running up here. Now, you know, they could be flanking. That's true. But with the idea of how can I find more duels in mind, I would just be following the clove here. And I might even knife out slightly to close the distance. Like right here, he's running up. I might just knife out here to get a little bit closer to him. And then you'll see he ends up getting a fight right there. Now, theoretically, you could be there as well, taking that fight with him. It's a pretty fast timing. And your jet's not even like there to assist him. But that's something that you could do. Notice how he gets the kill too. But if he didn't get the kill, you'd be there for the trade. And yeah, you'd just be able to help. And again, he gets this fight in the Killjoy, unless you see on the minimap. He gets that kill too. This Clove, I'm pretty sure, is a Smurf. But the point being is just that as a Killjoy, since you're going to be the support player, if you can read your teammates' body language and kind of be close to them, it makes their life a lot easier, but also makes your direction a lot clearer. This ult on site I thought was fine. If we take a look really quickly at minimap, Clove's looking flank, your fade's doing nothing, and you're looking garage. I think this is fine. As soon as he dies, we should recognize that he died flank. We didn't, unfortunately, so we end up getting shot inside. But that's just something to minimap awareness. We have a couple of minimap awareness gaps on defense as well. But that I wouldn't say is the biggest thing. I would say the biggest thing to work on for attack, well, the easiest one would be to just actually get the util set up like you have this round, like we have the alarm bot with the turret. But the other thing would be to close in on that spacing so you can try and find more duels. And if that means that you just run out and die with your teammate like on the same frame, that's probably fine. Similar thing here, they're in B. You know, they have really good spacing. They're all in together. This time we are a little bit closer, which I'm glad to see. But then we kind of got stunned off and then we got stalled. And then now they're dying without us. So that's good util about the breach. I don't know how often you play against breach. But we could have dodged the stun and then just probably went in immediately after. And you might be getting some fights here. And the other thing would just be the molly. If you do get smoked off here, you can just throw mollies in the smoke. But yeah, that's the attack. We do get a couple kills here. Boom, shit on. So definitely not a bottleneck on the mechs. Like we win most of the duels we take. At least the fair ones. One over here. Here. I believe you kill both of them here. So we'll see. Again, not going to be a mechanical issue here. This guy runs out. I want to say you kill the first one, Clove ult, you kill that guy. Yeah, get on. Get on. We almost killed this guy too. I'll just let you see this one. It's a little bit of a high intention on the peak. We kind of like flick off of the guy for a second. But again, if we did improve our mechanics, sure, you would still climb. But to me, I think the main goal is to be figuring out how can you get more duels. And your Clove, like I said, I'm pretty sure this guy was smurfing, but that could be a good sign for you. If you ever see like a strong player on your team playing well and playing aggressively, you can try and like partner up with that guy. Hold hands with him, see if he's doing well, and you can try to like trade off of him or, you know, support him the best you can. So that was attack. I would say right now, I think your attack half's the weaker half between the two, which makes sense given that you're playing Sentinel. But also we've talked about defense a bit more. Okay. So defense, the two main things that I want you to see is one, we actually don't fight with our util. You're using it a bit more for info. And two, we didn't learn the C Molly lineup. So I'll load into the game really quickly to show the util. But what I mean by fight with the util, typically the combo with the Killjoy is either turret shoots and then you peek, or you can double fight with the turret. Like in this case, the turret's above us, so you can just do an up down with the turret, if that makes sense. But yeah, we never actually fought off of this Killjoy turret contact. So looks like right now we're trying to wait off of the turret contact. We rotate in, this is all fine. And then what you'll notice here is we actually didn't rotate into sight quick enough. this one's pretty minor, but you'll see as the game goes on, we kind of get stuck in that spawn area a little bit more. But regardless, I want to say you get 2 kills here. You kill the guy default, I think, and then you turn back and kill the other guy on the left. So that was a good micro adjustment. We kill this guy, yeah. So again, not a mechanical issue. I feel like I have to keep highlighting that more for me rather than you. But we are shooting. Okay, really quickly to show the molly though. Our bot here, you just go along this wall here and then you aim at this line. And you just throw it. Just lands in the center here. Because I think what we were doing is we were going up a little bit more to throw it like this.
Oh yeah.
That just took a little bit more time to turn around. And really quickly with this turret, what you could do, which we didn't do, but what I would encourage you to do with this turret is either just like literally sit below it and just hold window like this, or you can have the turret hold your window while you're holding grass like this, or you can have the turret hold your window while you're walking out grass for this angle here. Just to give you some
I think
ideas.
I'm a little anxious to be in front of it because sometimes people will have the sniper rifles out in that window and it scares me.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I think what I can really only reassure you on that feeling that you're having is number one, like you shoot better than like, I would say the average player in your rank. So by that logic, you should try and take more duels than your teammates. The second thing is, if they swing window with an op, like or any scoped weapon into your turret, they get, first of all, with the scoped weapon, they're already slow. When they're zoomed in, they're even slower. And then when they get shot by the turret, they're even like omega slow. That might give you a little bit more time to, let's say like you're here, adjust back to hit the shot. Potentially not.
Okay.
But you might just insta-die, you might not. But I would encourage you to at least experiment with that. So, continue moving forward. You see him kind of just run up for the molly there. So one spotted C, rotate over, molly again. End up ending A here, I think. They're actually like defaulting this game, which is kind of weird. I don't know how often that happens. It feels like it's 50-50 sometimes when I watch these games.
Yeah.
But we end up going back. We're kind of just stuck in rotate sim. Not really much to say here, to be honest, but this one's tough. If you're thinking about decision making to potentially adjust to look for more duels, you start at the start here. Killjoy spotted C. Cool. So when you rotate over to C, instead of throwing the molly, actually you might just want to swing this guy. Now I know that sounds a little bit crazy, but on the mini we actually only ever saw one. So I'd probably encourage you to just swing this guy. That's one way to get another duel here. Rotating over here, they're spotted A. What you could do is continue to rotate A. I think that's fine. The alternative is, because we knew this Killjoy was here, you could push down mid with this turret kind of giving you a bit of protection towards window. So you can look this way, and then if you don't see him this way, you can like go into the window and then maybe go for a flank. Playing a little bit more aggressive. That's one way to look for this duel. The other way to look for more duels is actually just commit to this rotate. So notice how we're on A and there's nothing. This is what I call the mid-round re-clear. Once you over-rotate, you can actually just continue going forward. So you're here already, you could just decide to like push through the long smoke. You could peek A short and see nothing and then keep pushing all the way through. It's just like one brain cell push, basically. And in that way, if they were to go C, instead of rotating back this way, you can just go forward and try and flank C this way. Is it riskier? Yes. Yeah. But that's one way to look for more fights. And it also helps you kind of stop playing this rotate sim thing.
Yeah, this felt like a lot of running.
A lot of running, yeah. Thankfully, went out. So here we have the turret again. We do this window molly a couple times. I actually don't think it's bad, but I'd probably encourage you to just like gun out and take the fight instead. Just because I think the molly might be too slow if they insta swing. But to me, more importantly, I feel like when I use util in window, it telegraphs that I'm pushing mid. And then that like is like, oh, hey, I'm fighting you. I think the mid fight is one of those fights that you could take where it's like a, oh shit, like they're fighting mid, like catch them off guard type of thing. So that would just be my advice here. But they call C, we rotate in, and we get stalled by this garage guy. In the future, if your garage alarm bot ever gets triggered, don't worry about garage. Just continue rotating C. It's rare that people just like hit the thing and then run into a window and then swing instantly. Most of the time they hit the alarm button, they stall, or they go this way towards C. So, yeah. Garage isn't really a big deal if you're doing the B rotate. But if you did rotate C, you would be fighting this raise right now. And then also, this is kind of the thing I was talking about with the stall. We actually don't end up getting on site until much later here. We're holding the smoke, they're fighting, and then now we kind of come out. So it's a little bit later. I want to say, oh, we kill this guy. We have a little wuff here. I'll 2x it, so we're gonna have to. It's all good. I watched that one back a couple of times. Not too much to hang up there. I think that turret was just late this round. I think they go C again, yeah. We popped the molly here. No, they broke it. I don't think they commit this round. Okay, so in terms of looking for more duels, I like that we were fighting this angle here. Right, boom, clear. Rotate back. This could be a option of you pushing down mid. The main reason is that our club is already down mid. So if they were A, you could try and flank. Or if they were C, you could try and flank. So I don't think we actually end up pushing down mid at all in this game. Pretty good to do. But we rotate here, and the round's pretty much over. So not too many duels so far. I think they haven't really gone B yet, to be fair. This might be the one round they go B. Yeah, so here we go. Start C here to throw the mollies. This guy fights, turret breaks. And then you'll see we kind of stay behind the smoke. You can see your jet's just running in there. The most important thing to know is that timer-wise, it'd be very rare for them to actually be in B site yet. But the other info to pick up on is that your Reyna's in sight. And then if we were playing without our mini-map, let's say we got fataled or something, then you would just look at your jet here. And then it's like, oh, he's running in, let me run in. That should be the thought process, hopefully.
Yeah, I think I got scared by the raised nade.
Yeah, that makes sense. This guy was playing pretty quick this game. But again, see, we didn't really get any fights this round. So,
yeah,
goes back to the original theme. How can we find more duels? Because when you have them, you're winning a lot of them. I think the turret just dies. They peek mid grass late here or something. We rotate over. So this is kind of where, if you have that turret hold your window, and you look for this fight, that could be pretty good. This fight here, by the way, is very defender-sided. Off barrier, this one's just really good. So definitely take it as much as you can. Now they do have double flash, but I'd rather you die to the flash one time and then change what you're doing than not go for it at all. Force them to flash you, basically. But they break the turret. At this point, you're kind of playing it chill, they smoke. I believe we molly at some point. Yep. Now we're just chilling. You don't really have to do too much here. In terms of looking for more duels, you could peek after the smoke fades, but they're already starting to hit C. And that's kind of where we're delayed by the garage pressure again. Instead of prioritizing rotating into sight, we're kind of stalled by these guys. So your jet and club don't really get the assistance from us. We die to this guy. So my recommendation would be when you're rotating from B to C, go like this. Go on the back wall here. Peek all of this, peek this, back up a little bit, peek. And then try and get here. You don't really have to do all that in parts. If you want to, because you want to be lazier, you can just wide swing everything and then get here. It's important that you can get here for your homies. I guess if you have a molly, you could technically, when you're here, you can just molly this as you're going. And then you don't really have to worry about it too much. That's probably a good alternative as well. Yeah, so let's keep going. This, I think, was another round where we could have fought with the turret. So you end up peeking out here, see nothing. I think you shoot a bullet here, and then they end up walking grass again to the turret. So that's the common theme that's happening. They're coming from this side rather than actually a window. You can try and punish that fight. Yeah. Something you could do too, I guess, if you want to do the whole peek off turret thing, is you could just sit here and wait. Then when you hear them shoot the turret, you just swing and kill this guy. Or if they shoot it from window instead, you could just you could just wait here. It's oh shit, it's window. Boom. You can just wait here and it's grass. Boom. So that's a good way to fight off your util as well. And there's a chance you swing into 3 people. I'd rather you try and risk that.
Okay.
I think this is the Killjoy all around?
Spike down A.
No, it's not the Killjoy. That guy hit a banger shot. I watched that a couple times. It was just a nice shot. We lost that round. This next round might be the Killjoy all around. But yeah, same thing in terms of teammates. You see this guy's walked out. You can try and just continue to walk up. Again, with the mindset of trying to look for more duels. Your club is playing aggressive. You can just try and support him. Of course, your turret's already doing it, but you can +1 with the turret. Alarm bot shot here. Rotate onto C site. No one really cares about garage. Then boom, they hit C site. You could be on site right now. Which, to be fair, there's a breach ult, so you would have been pushed off anyways. Off your mollies, and then again, we're kind of worried about garage. We're not really looking to get on C site, so we're just a little bit late here. Your A teammates have actually made it before you. You see this? The Jet and the Fade.
Yeah.
So they make it, and they are fighting the people. And at this point, the round's pretty much over. We got bomb. Yeah, you're just chilling here. I want to say you get 1 kill here. Yeah. Again, mechanics not the problem. We shoot on this guy. This was a good peek, by the way. Pre-aim comes first. If I slow this down, like this was like textbook cookie cutter perfect. Pre-aim first off the teammate's shot. I mean, you just annihilated this guy. So I really don't think it's a mechanical issue here. I think it's a little bit of fear factor. Because I feel like when you were playing Reyna, you didn't think about, like you didn't have this much downtime. Like I think you rotated a lot quicker. Sure, there was like some gaps, but for the most part, it was like if I were to put a percentage on it, probably like 25 to 50% faster than how we play the Killjoy now. And it's a bit counterintuitive because one of the reasons why I wanted us to switch to the Killjoy or the Sentinel specifically is so that you would have more confidence to over rotate. Forget where right here, to feel confident in fast rotating. And we're kind of just getting slowed down by garage a little bit. So, yeah, I think we have one more round after this one. I muted it by accident. Yeah, here we go. So same thing, your club's there. You can just try and assist him by fighting mid, walking down mid, holding window, whatever the case may be. Something to help the homie out. End up going A. I think that this is where they killed you along or something. Yeah. Rotate hell. You molly this. I thought this was all fine. Boom. The kill drill. You end up staying here, which I was happy about. You didn't leave. And you end up mollying again. And I think they just ended up going C. So, in terms of if you're looking for a duel, you could face. Like you could just peek right now on the edge of hell after the ult pops. Just like swing out left. It would be risky. But given the theme of this game, I probably would push you to do some more stupid fights.
Okay.
But we rotate over. That guy shot at us, by the way. I don't know if you recognize that in the game. But right there, there was a guy front B right there. So when I saw that specifically, I was thinking about the mental stat question. Like maybe we just didn't pick it up because we were thinking about something else. But you went out here, chilling. We saw the shot earlier. Hit on this kid. I mean, again, not really the mechanical issue here. So let's kind of recap some of this. Just for time's sake, I'm going to kind of recap it myself because I do want to take a look at the bind. But the theme is just for attack and defense, like we don't really have many duels. So one option is to find teammates that are playing aggressively and try to get closer to them to fight with them. It's as simple as that. If you can close the distance, get close to your teammates, you will be able to fight with them better. As for defense specific, did I? Yeah, I did. Okay, I put offense. Defense specific, I would say trust your turret more and fight with it or peek off of it. We didn't really do either this game. And then maybe I'll put on Valor Plant. We are getting heavily stalled by this garage thing. So if we're on B, I would encourage us to commit the rotate. Oops, get to here. So just get on C side a little bit quicker. C site. Okay. But more importantly, maybe I'll redraw these pictures. I would say look for this fight here. Let me draw this. Boom. This is my favorite fight on this map, by the way. That one. Or you could wait and then peek late. Like this. One of those two, I would say, is going to be pretty important for us. Okay. So that's the quick recap. There's obviously a lot of minor details in here, like actually learning the flank setup util, so you can kind of like think less about that and think more about being with the team. The other thing too is we just didn't really do the attack mollies, which at this point in time is probably less important than the other things. It would make your life easier, but less important than the spacing. Like I want you to be there with the team, like taking fights with the team.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, is typically not what a sentinel does, by the way. Typically, the sentinel is like watching flank, going for lurks. Yeah, pretty much that, you know. So it's not typical what I'm asking you to do for a sentinel, but it kind of goes back to the 80-20 rule that we've talked about before, but also last week. 80% of the time, generally, it's to be with the team on attack, and then 20% of the time to go with the lurk. We were kind of with the team, we just weren't like fully with the team. That makes sense.
Yeah. This is making sense because one of the, and I talked about like the teammate comms and stuff. One of my teammates was like, "Hey, I'm gonna need you to step it up," and I'm like, "I literally don't know what to do because I'm not seeing anyone like the entire game." So
Right.
it's just need to take more duels, I guess, or look for them.
Look for them, yeah.
Yeah.
This is kind of where like people say like, oh, positioning matters more than aim. Like this is kind of that argument right now. If our positioning was a little bit better this game, we probably had the opportunity to like drop 20 kills. Because like you were actually owning these people. Most of our deaths were like dying from flank. Like we just were unaware of it. Or we were in like a rough situation. But like most of our fair 50s, like we just owned them. So yeah. Part of me thinks that putting you on Reyna or Clove would be a solution, but given that we've already done that route, I don't think it is the solution. But like that was one of my immediate thoughts, was like, damn, like we're just playing scared. But like the thing is, I don't think we're actually scared. I think it's just like maybe we just don't have the direction. So
Maybe. I was thinking today, like, what if I did like a warm-up game with Reyna and then went into my Killjoy games?
I could see that.
Maybe that would be a little bit too much, like, I don't know. Maybe
Context
I would get
switching.
fatigue from, yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It was something that crossed my mind because I was like, maybe I am playing a little scared. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now I know too much. I have fear.
Yeah. I don't know if I like the idea. I'm not against it. I would imagine it could work. I could also imagine it not working. So yeah, I wouldn't say like I feel strongly about it. If that's something that you think would help, might as well experiment, I would say. Maybe the
Yeah,
first game
or
of it
like
every
maybe if
day.
I yeah, or maybe if I notice that I'm playing a little bit passive, then I switch to Reyna just to like get into that mental state.
Yeah. No, I can see that. I don't mind it. I think there is a merit into it for sure. So with that said, hopping over to bind. So I've only seen, I want to say like 6 rounds on bind, but we do a little bit better job on bind fighting with our util on the B site. But on the A site, we aren't fighting with the util. So I want to show you what it could look like. Now, to be fair, I actually have no idea how people play Killjoy on bind, by the way, for A site.
Yeah, I haven't looked at anyone's setup or anything. I've just kind of been like, oh, this looks similar to how I've done it on other maps. So.
Yeah, most Killjoys play on B, but I think you can get away with some really decent stuff on A. So, I'll just cook up a setup really quick, but I want you to see the thought process on why I'm putting my util and how I play off of it. Okay, so let's see. Let me actually, I'm gonna do full screen for this. Does that still let you see the game?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Get rid of the barrier. So this would kind of be my setup here. The turret here. Alarm bot for shower flank. Shower walkout. Then molly for the choke point. Let's just say here. And then maybe I have a molly here. What you could do with this setup is you could literally just AFK here. Your turret shoots, you pop the molly, you swing. They satchel or dash on you, you pop the molly, you kill this guy. That's the thought process with the setup. Your turret is your trigger in this point. So another way to play this setup, same thing. You can just AFK in this corner. Turret shoots, pop the molly, swing. Or you hear the jet dash, pop the molly, swing. Or you don't even have to swing into this guy. You could just pop the molly and hold here. Like, that's acceptable. But this is kind of how to play Sentinel in defense to fight off of your util. This thing shoots, you shoot. You could take it even one step further if you want to be crazy. You have your turret up here. You just double hold with your turret here. You could hide here. Turret shoots, you could peek into it. If you want to be crazy, you could do that. Or you could wait here. Turret shoots, you could peek here. Like I don't really exactly care how aggressive you do it or how passive you do it. But what I want you to know is that Killjoy fighting off of this turret is like step one. The mollies are a bonus. The alarm bot, fighting off the alarm bot is like kind of harder because like it actually doesn't really help you too much. So typically if you are going to fight off an alarm bot, let's just say like this is how you do it. Let's move this turret. We can actually make this a setup really quick. Pretend like this is your setup for whatever reason. They come up A short, your turret shoots, you can pop the molly, swing with your turret. They hit your alarm bot, you pop the molly, you can swing with your molly. Like that is something you could do here. And then now you have a trigger for both, and that's a decently strong setup. Now, this is just for the A bomb site. I don't know how people play Killjoy on A, but I would imagine if you just did these two setups here, you'd probably find a lot of success, just because the triggers are very obvious. If we go to B, which is the more common site for Killjoys to play, alarm bot typically is going to be something like this. I want to say the Amali's or something like this. And then Killjoys will put like a turret for long typically. There's so many different turrets you could put. Some people put it in this corner so they could see long like this. Some people put it on top sight like this to see towards long and hookah. I don't really care which turret you do, but the trigger to see here, your turret's going to see long, theoretically. Let's just put it in this corner just so a bit more obvious. Turret sees long, alarm bot sees hookah. So what you could do is you could wait here. Alarm bot triggers, pop both mollies, swing into it. You could do that. And what you'll notice about these mollies is, I see through a little bit poorly, but what you'd want to do is like, you not give them any space to stand, basically. You could do something like that. You could also, let's just say, your alarm bot never gets triggered, your turret shoots, you could just swing on top sight and swing this. Now I would say this one's a little bit harder to do, given where we're standing, but if you wanted to do it, you could do it from here too. Turret shoots, you swing. You could also stand here, because turret's going to shoot first. You can just stand here, your turret shoots, now you kind of have an idea when they're there, and then mentally you're basically just waiting till your turret shoots, and then now it shoots, you're like, oh, they're there, let me like turn on kill mode, and then you're actually focused on your crosshair, ready to take the fight. I do this a lot, by the way, on Ascent. You're familiar with the turret, but this aggro turret here, I'll stand here, and like, I have my crosshair looking at the choke point, but like mentally, I'm like thinking about other stuff. Like I'm thinking about what I ate this morning. I'm thinking about where my teammates are. I'm thinking about where the enemies are, but like I'm not actually in fight mode. And then when the turret shoots, I'm like, oh shit, there's a guy there. Like, let me actually shoot back. So you can play in aggressive spots like this if you have your turret next to you to kind of act as a, I guess, trigger, right? I'm gonna use that word a couple of times. But that you could do that here. And that would be an example of fighting with your util. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
So
If you
yes,
see multiple enemies though, while you're like in there, then
you're fucked. You're just gonna you can't run away here. You're committed, right? If you're in this
yeah, okay.
particular situation, you're just hoping to kill this first guy and then maybe you kill the second. This I guess goes back to the logic of like trying to look for more duels. I guess you could probably make this a little bit better though. Like maybe you start the round here, you throw your molly across, your turret shoots, you can pop the molly. And then you'd probably be able to kill the first guy, but the second guy would be stalled by the molly. You can like get away or something.
Yeah.
You could try doing stuff like that. But I want to say like the most common setup for Killjoy on this map is like a top sight turret. Like I feel like I remember this one so often because it sees hookah and long. But like my bias tells me that could probably get a bit more value doing some other stuff, like fighting hookah, for example. But let me back up a little bit. One thing that you were doing this game, I think, was a turret like this and alarm bot here. And this gives you like a trigger to fight with. But I'm going to shift it a little bit. Alarm bot under hookah, by the way, is super popular because they can drop straight into your molly and you do like a shit ton of damage here. But let's just pretend like this is your setup really quickly.
Okay.
Maybe I'd move my molly here. Let's just say this is your setup. And you're just, let's go back side. Let's say they're coming out. Your alarm bot triggers, you pop the molly, you can swing left side. I'd probably be looking up top if there's no smoke. I'd look on the bottom if there is a smoke. But that's what your trigger could be. Or they come out long, you pop the molly, you can swing. That's something you could do. You could also do it from inside tube because most people throw util backside because it's really easy to get it there. So you can do the same thing here. Alarm bot triggers, so you swing left side, looking for this fight. Turret triggers, you can swing right side. Like that could just be how you play off of your setup. That's one way to play like the turtle site setup. I think if we get into map theory, if you do that, you're probably going to get owned because being on B side is actually kind of hard. So my suggestion would probably be to do something like turret for long and then actually play in hookah. And then what you could do here is you could play like here holding the angle. Maybe I would move my molly a little bit more like this. You could play here holding the angle. And then when the alarm bot triggers, actually maybe you'd be here. Then when alarm bot triggers, you can pop the molly and then swing. Or maybe you just sit here and hold the angle with the alarm bot. I don't know. But this is probably a better setup just because map theory wise, you're not going to get that much value from sitting on site.
Okay.
But again, I just want you to see and understand the idea of swinging off of your util, or like with your util or fighting with your util. If you can do just that, like literally just that, swing off your turret, you'll number one have a lot more direction as Killjoy. But number two, you're going to find so many more duels. Now, you might not win them all, but you're going to find a lot more duels. And I would wager you'd win most of them, not just because the turret does damage, but it slows them. And you'll be more like mentally ready for the fight. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so with that said, let's take a look at our VOD. Like I said, I looked at like 5 or 6 rounds. You do it well in this pistol round, I want to say. Really quickly, side tangent. Unbind B site. If you give up hookah and give up long, and you like start the round sitting on site like this, your chances of win the round are pretty small. Because something that might happen is that they'll start B and then they'll just take the TP and hit A. So
Yeah.
from a map theory perspective, it's better to like contest the space so they can't get it for free. Now, that's just a quick side tangent. Probably doesn't matter too much in our rank at this point. I just want you to have that knowledge, I guess.
I mean, it's
but
good to know.
that's good to know. Now, if we're going with the idea of fighting more duels, regardless of having the map theory or not, we see our jet fight long here, right? You see how he's coming out towards the barrier. The thing to do, just like on attack, would be, oh shit, my jet's fighting long. Let me go and fight long with him. And then you can have your util watch hookah like it does now, and you can just double long. That's actually a really common setup, by the way, on this map, where you have this turret here. Let me pull my alarm bot back. You have like your mollies here, and then you're playing a double long setup. So like you might have like a teammate with you here, and then like the turret shoots, and then you guys double fight off the turret with a flash. Or your teammate can cross, and then you can fight off of him or whatever. But then if they jump out of hookah, you just pop your molly, and then you fight here. So it's actually a pretty common setup to double long and not play hookah. But it's better here because your jet's already fighting long. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm not losing the plot, but jet's fighting, you fight with jet. That's just what I want. Then maybe you get that trade there. Or at the very least, you'd be able to take a fight. But you do end up fighting this alarm bot, off the alarm bot. I think you killed the Yoru here. Boom, they come out. And you can see we went for the fight. So we get a headshot. I forget if we get another kill or not. I think we just get out. Yeah. But we fought off of the alarm bot and the turret there, and I was like, okay, like we're doing that. Because we didn't see it pretty much ever on the Haven game. So I was happy to see that. I think this round's just over, yeah. Next round, pretty much same setup. Jet's fighting long, we can fight long again. Our Brimstone's AFK, we lost this round. I was pretty sad. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff to unpack here. but I'm not going to for the sake of keeping the theme of this week focused on the take the fights with the homies and
Okay.
fight off your util. Something that we don't do either is buy mollies. We didn't really buy too many mollies this defense half. It will definitely help with the whole swing off your util trigger thing, at least for this bomb site. Like if you had a hookah molly, for example. But yeah, he's AFK, whatever. Same thing, pretty much. We rotate. There's really not anything. There's a sage wall here. It's this was just an awkward round. Yeah, I don't really remember seeing anything too crazy here. I think we might have got like a fight on the short guy. Yeah, no, nothing too crazy. So this is why we switch up to A. Now if we look at the setup, you have the alarm bot for short, and you can kind of fight off your turret shower. So I was like, okay, I can kind of see what's happening there. End up just going B. I think I want to say the TP back this round. Is that right? Yeah, the dude TP back, and then this guy's lurked up. Yeah, not really much to change here, to be honest. He lurked. It is what it is. I do think we get a fight here, though. Oh, is this the round we stuck the bomb? Like we stuck it in front of the Yori's face or something? Well, we do stick the bomb. We just win this. Also another round. So nothing too crazy. I would ever rotate there. This round, you'll see your turret shoots. Again, if we had the other setup, you could swing off of it. But this turret gives you info. We just aren't able to fight short with our homie. Now our Sage is taking an aggressive fight. Arguably, I would tell you to take that fight too if your turret shot him, even though it's not a good fight to take, just to look for more duels. But it sucks. We also have no mollies this round, unfortunately. Now, the other thing that happens is this U-Haul smoke is so weird that it actually works for them. Yeah, I don't want to derail the map theory too much, but typically if defenders can hold U-Haul, your A-site hold will be pretty good. You say you did die, but yeah, let's just keep going for now. We have the turret here. Boom. They end up showing B, we rotate over. This is all fine. Alternative is you can try and pushing with this turret, or you can get ready for the TP if you want to play more aggro, kind of like Haven B site. But this was fine. This might be the round with they end up planning A. Yeah, this is the round. So we didn't end up staying U-Haul, which is fine. We didn't really know about it. We're here, chilling. I would probably break the Sage wall here, but we're chilling here. We're not doing too much. We're just chilling, pulling the short guy. He TP's over. Boom, you get this kill. He ults. You end up sticking the bomb here. Boom. And at this point, you get a half. It's good to get off, but you kind of just stuck it, which ambitious. He ends up winning this, thankfully. Ambitious stick. And that was pretty much the last round I saw. But hopefully you can kind of seeing why I was talking about the triggers, because a lot of our util is kind of just getting broken, or we're not in a position to play with it in the first place.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I think that's the easiest thing to change. Now this is going to be a fresh look for me at this point, so. We are broke. We're skipping out on the mollies.
Yeah.
He said fuck the mollies.
I guess it's just because I don't know how to use them.
That's
I
fair.
don't prioritize them.
The mollies, best way to think about the molly is that it just stops them from pushing forward.
Yeah.
So like when you pop the molly and you want to swing with it, like you can cream the deeper angles. So let me go on this example really quickly. Let's say like we're swinging off of showers, and you have your molly here. This alarm bot gets triggered and you activate the molly, you're visually looking for the fights for the people inside shower. Because when the molly gets active, the guy running out has option 1 of just like running backwards. So you're looking for that guy. Or you're looking for the guy that's like already behind the molly and you're trying to like kill the guy that's holding like this.
Yeah.
But alternatively, this guy hits the alarm bot and then you pop the molly, he's just swinging out. He's still moving. So even if you pre-aim deep like this, you're not going to die to this guy. You can like flick over. It's more important that you kill this guy first and then kill this guy. Because like this guy behind the molly is actually the threat. So yeah, that's the mindset for use in mollies. It's just to deny the push forward. Maybe more obvious would be, let's say like the jet dashes. Boom. You pop this molly so that their teammates can't join the jet. And then now you have a 1v1 on this jet and you can't get traded. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I would say that's the most common way to use this type of util. But yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're not the same. I don't even know what these smokes are. But our jet's push B, so it has to be A. Never mind, they're clearing them. Yeah, they're coming out showers. Wow. We might be fucked. Not very good. I don't even know what's going on. This guy just walked out. Nice. I would be lost in these lobbies. We're chilling though. Our Sage is killing people. Yeah, so we rotate. This makes sense. Let's take a look at these duels here.
Spike planted.
No duels. Oh, nice. A shot. Okay. Taking our time on the peaks.
One enemy remaining.
We should have peeked that guy, but that was a nice shot. That's probably long. I'm scared for you. Oh, nice, good trade. Okay. That was nice shots. That was nice shots. The peaks, whatever. We could definitely talk about the peaks, but more importantly, we are winning the duels. Okay, Molly's here is good. Okay. If we're going with the theme of looking for more duels here, off the Molly, you just swing left side here. I don't even think they could be up yet, but just theoretically, let's say your Molly lands in this cubby or something. You could like swing on this left side for this top side box guy, or you can like look for these fights or something. Maybe you do it from back here, so you're not exposed to shower. But something to do. You do have ult this round though. Or going U-Haul here could be good. That's a big one. Cloud's frozen. 1453. Refresh. So I crashed. Did I crash? No. This VOD might just not like me.
Oh no.
The VOD don't like me. What rank is this? Bronze 3, Silver 1 after the reset. Oh no. My VOD is not working. Working. Refresh one more time. 1453. We're back. Shit, we died.
Awesome.
We're just exposed to short. That honestly playing triple is so hard. It's like sometimes you expose a short or shower. Okay, all good.
Yeah, I notice I die there a lot. I don't know a better place to be positioned.
U-Haul's definitely the big one. Otherwise, like this, I don't know if you played this angle before, but it's not too bad. You can see short. Otherwise, honestly, like I kind of just sit here and do nothing sometimes. And then like when they come out showers, I try and fight them, and then like I'll take the timing here. But
okay.
Triple's not bad. You just have to like actually be close to it. Because like if you back up too much, you're like kind of fucked. So you have to swing from here. But like swinging from close wall is also scary. So
yeah.
Fear of asking people for util. I wouldn't really worry about it in this rank specifically, but
no one asks me for anything. No one even talks in my lobbies.
Yeah.
Unless they're trashing me.
Yeah. It's a bit rough. It's good to have a plan. Why our jet is running it down. Our jet and Reyna might be smurfing.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, this round's over. Wow. Oh nice for U-Haul. This alarm bot's good too. Throw the molly? That would have been perfect. Okay, so we rotate here. Something you can do on bind is like abuse the teleporters. Typically the best way to do the teleporters is to throw a piece of util to open the door. So when you take your gun out, you can immediately shoot. So the molly, like activating the molly is like not the important piece. You just want the door open. Because like normally what happens is you take the door, TP, and then the door is closed, and then you have to run up, and then by then they're gonna be turned around looking at you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That
So
makes sense. Because I was like, if I was Reyna, I could probably use my Lear, but like, I
yeah.
didn't even think about it. I could just use the Molly.
Yeah, the molly. That's it seems to counter Cypher players will have a camera here, and then they'll shoot the Cypher camera dart as like the little thing to open the door, and then they'll be here. So you can get creative with it for sure.
Interesting.
I don't think pistols work though. No, it doesn't. That would have been sick. But yeah, just eat the molly. If you're actually trying to get a good molly lineup, I normally just aim at the top of this. You can kind of see the door through the teleporter.
Yeah.
I just aim at the top of this and then run through, and then when I'm here, it just lands here. So
Okay.
but I wouldn't really worry about activating the molly actually. But yeah, if they go like Kuko or show pressure here, it's typically a good idea to like push short or to take the TP instead of rotating spawn. Now it depends on your starting position, but typically if I'm U-Haul, my instinct is go forward or TP. If I'm like behind truck like here, then my instinct is more so to rotate spawn. It's basically just proximity, which play is faster.
Yeah.
Um,
And I've noticed a couple times they'll just be waiting for me at the back of B. So. Or
yeah,
A.
yeah, like just lurking up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yori did do that on round 2, so it happens. Bind's a very fake. Yeah, there's a Yoru, like fake pressure type of map because there's no mid. So like you make pressure on B, but you walk A, or you make pressure on A, you walk B. Surprised to see the Yori doing it this much, but yeah.
You
Oh.
will not kill my ally.
Wow, they res Hookah.
Turret destroyed. Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out. Placing swarm grenade.
We're doing decent delay though. Oh, actually, that was really intuitive of you. I don't know if that was accident, but throwing your util off of backside on the slant makes it land front short like this. So it's kind of like the perfect lineup.
Oh yeah, that was on purpose.
yeah. So that's a good way to do it. Obviously, you can just aim it here too, but it goes a bit deeper. So yeah, this front one's good. Surely that was intentional, 100%.
Well, generally, like bouncing it off of things I found good results from. So
I gotcha. Let's see. I mean, surely they go B after the res.
Spike
Yeah.
planted.
There's not any good retake ults for B unless you're already in elbow. So it's gonna be a bit tough.
Recalling my bot.
Oh, we actually might be able to ult elbow.
I got your trial.
Time's kind of low, but
Initiated.
no, this ult's fine too. The elbow ult's slightly English. Elbow ult is slightly better just because it clears long as well. If you see this one here, they can't actually play inside. It's just a lot harder. Number one thing you don't want to do is actually ult on this wall. Not because they can break the ult, they can't, but they can shoot you here. So it's kind of annoying. If they know that you place the ult and they kind of just wallbang you, but it doesn't actually get broken here.
okay.
But yeah, this ult I would say is best. It's kind of hard to do because it takes a long time. The A ult is going to be in this corner. It clears U-Haul and a little bit of sight. So that's a pretty decent one. But honestly, the A ults aren't really good either. But that's probably your best bet here. Quick tip, by the way, if you're ever retaking A, ignore U-Haul. Like, don't even throw util there. Don't waste a lot of people when they go A, they'll like, oh yeah, let me molly U-Haul, let me take U-Haul. Don't go U-Haul if you're retaking A. Just like ignore it completely. It's like go here because like the bomb is here, they can't even see it. It's like you're gonna use your molly, you can use it on this or whatever, but yeah, just never go U-Haul.
Okay.
We did ult, which I was happy to see. I don't think it's winnable, but let's see.
Area's clear.
Yeah, no time.
Imagine if I die. Last player standing.
It's so rough to retake B. It's probably one of the hardest sites to retake in the game. Which is arguably why most
Placing swarm
Sentinels
grenade.
play on B. But yeah.
Placing swarm grenade.
Again, Jet's fighting. You could be in hookah fighting with the homie. This is fine too. Of course they go A though. Like, this is the life of a sentinel. Okay, let's see this. Tower's walled. Take left side. Okay. Guess they're behind the shower wall.
Oops.
Oh, interesting. You gonna take the TP? Yeah, they're behind the shower wall. One here as well. I have no idea what's going on. They're so safe. But in terms of looking, you see how this guy's walking up? You just also walk up here. You could also arguably, like if you're worried about the guy on the right side, you could just walk up by looking this way. Or you could like tuck. Like you have the angle here, you could like hide and the brim dies to the right and you just peek out. But yeah, just try and close the distance. Common thing we're seeing between both halves. It kind of sounds like foolish. Who, me? I don't think I sound like foolish.
Last player standing.
Nice. Nice shot though. Okay. Let's keep going.
Who's next?
Wow, Jet Reyna is so aggro. Look at them. These guys are just swinging. A lot of Sentinel players, I think, struggle with fighting past their util, which I don't think it's true in your case. I think it's just a lack of direction. Like I didn't give you enough direction. But the order of operation goes fight with teammates and then fight off of your util. Like if you had to choose.
Okay. Okay, that's good to keep in mind.
Yeah, teammates number one. Not actually your teammates being number one, but you can bait them. Oh, these peaks look good though. You took your time here. Green here looks good. That looks good. This round's impossible to win. Wow, that's a nice shot. It's actually possible to win though. Double U-hole, yeah. Yeah, so if your Reyna did the thing that I just said, ignore U-haul, we would have won this round. But it is what it is. Let's try. Yeah, defense, like I said, the only thing that changed is, well, the two things. One, fight off your teammates. Your Jet was playing pretty aggro this game. And two was util triggers, like turret, swing. That just kind of comes down to knowing setups too, but yeah, keep going. Attack would probably just be something along the lines of like being with your team and using mollies for anti-flood. I actually don't know what your turret would be for. This turret looks fine, I guess.
Full mic.
Yeah. That seems fine to me. Wow. I didn't even hear the flash. Yeah, wow, he did it off this. Okay, got the kill. It would be good to molly this. I know we haven't talked about this on this map, but kind of just like Haven, how we talked about mollying CT, you would want to do that here. Either just by throwing it directly. I personally like to do it off this wall here just because of that. Throw it off the wall to land here.
Okay.
So it's a little bit hard to get sometimes because the Killjoy molly is slow, but yeah, off that wall, pretty good. And then if you wanted to, you could do your second molly on elbow smoke. And then that way they can't run through the smokes and you can focus on clearing the site. Oh yeah. I think Killjoy molly used to do damage through structures. Let's see. Oh, it still does. Oh wow. That might actually be a good molly to throw. Because they can't break it, obviously, if they're inside tube.
Yeah.
So maybe you do like this and this. That would annoy, and then you could just hold for this guy swinging. That could be really good. Or maybe you could molly the cubby as well. Clear the cubby, clear this. Kill this guy swinging, kill this guy swinging. Maybe you can molly back site and tube. And you pretty much clear the whole site aside from this. Because like this molly clears this. Kinda. I don't know. That could be good. If you had a molly lineup for this, this would be fire because this would do damage here too. Oh no, it doesn't. Never mind. But anyways, theory crafting aside, molly for a spawn flood would be the most important here. In terms of pathing, I guess if you wanted to use this turret, maybe going hookah would be better because then you could still be in range. I guess you might get smoked off though. Both are good. Both are good. I'm losing the plot. Let's just see how this round plays out. Oh yeah, here we go.
Grenade.
Molly is definitely high,
It was
but
too high.
I'm down.
Spikes down. Swarm grenade out.
Oh yeah, the Molly on top of this box. Yeah, that could be good.
Careful here.
We should just win. Is it flank? Yeah.
One enemy remaining. Ace.
Wow, Reyna ace. Holy shit. Okay. We go hookah this time, so the turret doesn't go down. I'm down. With the jet. The spacing's a lot better here. Like you're running up with him. I like this.
Smoke's down.
We double cleared left. I'm down. Smoke. Oh yeah, Molly. This is good. Okay, we didn't pop it, but it's the thought that counts. There we go.
Swarm grenade out.
We're using the mollies though. I'm happy to see that. And our spacing with the jet was better as well. So that's good. All off site.
Smoke's down.
They did TP. Yeah. I wonder if it's just better to like never put your turret off rip. Because like this one really is just out of range. Maybe you're better off using a turret like this. Or maybe you just save it completely and then put it up here. Or maybe here. I'm down for this corner actually, because then you can play pretty much all of sight. And then if they TP, it would still shoot them. Yeah, that's probably your best bet here. Yeah.
Okay.
Then you can molly here. Molly this. That could be good. If you're super sweaty, what you could probably do is like barriers here. You could like learn a molly lineup. Pretend like that lands. And then you put your turret here. Wait, that actually like kind of was
Wait,
good. that could be pretty sweaty. For a fast rush.
Your fault. Enemy spotted B.
Backside elbow. Okay, we're just playing spam here. Oh, he dashed out. Our jet's actually good. And we have the brim molly.
Last player standing.
Reloading.
Alright, the shorty's just fucked. Wait, the brim molly missed. Downside of playing off site. Personally, like I said, I would have stayed on site. I hate playing post plant, like off site, so that's probably the only adjustment here. But to be fair, your entire team was off site, so you making the decision to also be off site makes sense, you know.
Target out.
Cut it out.
Placing alarm bot.
Actually, I like that alarm bot. See if they're in the smoke.
Smoke's down.
Yeah.
This is blind.
Smoke.
So much delay. This is why, like, typically if you make A pressure, you have someone stay B. Because, like, this happens a lot. Where you get smoked and utiled. But we should honestly still be fine. Just gotta close the distance a little bit.
Launching smoke.
Okay, second slow. Fuck me.
Another smoke.
Another smoke. Yeah, this really do be bind though.
Cutting their vision.
Okay, run over here.
Stim beacon here.
30 seconds left.
Spawn. I will say unbind it. I don't know if it's just because like there's no mid, but your spacing with your teammates are like you're closer with your teammates here than on Haven. So it's more
I couldn't
intuitive.
tell you.
I hear ya. One hookah, one spawn.
Yeah.
Wish.
One enemy remaining.
Nice.
Last elbow.
Okay. I like that we put on site there. We're chilling, we're chilling. Back half looks pretty solid, I would say. EU servers, yes.
Please. Give it to me. I wasn't my smoke. Sorry.
Running it down like giant random to improve max and lower ranks? 100%, yeah. We already did all that though. I think we have like 120 games on Reyna last act.
Enemy spotted B.
Molly spawn smoke. Dub.
Enemy swarm grenade out.
Wow, we doubled mollied at the same time.
Yeah. And honestly might have missed the cubby too. If no one's going out though. This is the downside of playing Sensi sometimes. Your teammates aren't going to jump out.
Down B.
Yeah, I wouldn't really urge you to do anything differently here. It's just, it is what it is at this point. Like a Radiant level player would just jump out of there even if they're on Senti, but it's kind of unrealistic for us at this point. But this is good, let's see. Spacing could be a little bit better here. You see how they're running out? Yeah, we run out with
Yeah.
them. fuck this guy, Heaven. Nice kill. Nice. I would go with the Jet here. As soon as you get this kill, the most aggro teammate here would be the Jet. That's the thought process we need to get into. It's like, okay, where's my most forward teammate?
Okay.
Run up the Jet. You do actually end up going U-Haul though, which is good. Why about this? Yeah, we should be able to just win the round from here, I think. Brim should kill the flank here. Yep, nice. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. It's definitely different. Like, our attack half on Bind looks better than Haven, just because we're actually, like, in the action, I would say. This chat is quick, though. Look at this guy. Just jumping up there.
No.
Yeah. We definitely would want to be with him as well, but, he's going pretty quick. Line by the smoke is good. Yeah, Molly would be good as well. But we're chilling. Yeah. Our team is just running down. But I'm down for this. If we're looking at fights here, I would say your teammate has spawn walled. I don't know if you recognize that in the game. So the only place it can come from right now is elbow. So probably getting in a position where you can swing elbow would be good. Like here. And then you can swing this crack here, which is kind of nice. Obviously our line bot's further out, so it's not going to trigger in this scenario. But probably more important, just fight with your teammates.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this round's over. Okay. Our Rena's Jet's probably smurfing. Which is good. It's time for us to get some smurfs on our team. Spawn Molly. Oh, there's a guy under. Holy shit. Nice. Good trade. Good movement. Spawn Molly would help. Like when you're peak spawn, see nothing. This is when you'd want to throw your Molly so you can focus your attention on other stuff. But let's kind of see how the round plays out. Or maybe after you get this kill, you pull out your Molly and throw it spawn as well. Could be good. Okay, 2 spawn, 1 hookah. Swing spawn. Oh, you just win. Nice. Our Reyna is like crazy. You just dismissed into the Clovel. Okay. Next round. That's the Reyna I don't care mentality. We used to be on that. Yeah, you see this guy running up? Run this guy. Yeah, this is good. You flash, we're with them. Okay. Molly spawn. Our Brim mollied it. Nice.
Who's next?
And here we just reinforce the spawn mollies. Yeah, that's good. Typically you'd put it in the smoke or in front of it, just to make sure they can't actually push out, but you got the right idea here. Yeah, we should just win this. This one elbow, I think. Yeah. I like this though. Even though we didn't win the duel, you see your Jets fighting and you like swung out. So I do like that. Crosshair placement probably would have been a little bit you probably would have got the kill with slightly better crosshair placement, but the important thing is that you fought with your homie there. Oh shit, he clutched. It's a little sad. It's all good. Like I said, attack half on this bind game looks better than the Haven, which is good. I mean, I'll say defense looks better too, actually. Maybe it's just a easier map for Sentinel, or maybe you just understand it more. This Molly is good. Typically, if you can take A site and you ult U-Hole, you just win immediately. Because it delays the rotate for so long. Let me show you real quick. You ult here, they literally can't be anywhere. They have to be heaven. Or if you move it here, like it just takes so long for them to retake.
Careful here.
Just TP'd. Yeah. This guy is freaking out.
I think she come long.
Okay. Ult would be good? Yeah. Nice. You just won the round with that, I think. These guys are freaking out.
Placing swarm grenade. Area's clear. One
Very
enemy
important
remaining.
game for them.
Yeah. Okay. Game over.
Okay, everyone, take a test.
Easy. Okay. Just again for time purposes, I'll recap this as well. But offense, anti-flood mollies, we did them sometimes. There's not really any for A actually, unless you do it in the smokes here. That's probably the one you would do. Either that one or this one, maybe both. Say consistently throw anti-flood mollies. I wouldn't really add anything else. Oh, spacing. Spacing on this game was better than the Haven game. We were closer to teammates. Keep trying to do this. Defense. This is the whole trigger conversation. Try and create Killjoy setups to swing off of your utility. Think triggers, i.e. turret shoots and you pop molly and swing. Prioritize fighting with your teammates, even if that means leaving your utility. Maybe a however. Okay. I will quickly draw some of the setups here. Keeping in mind that I don't actually know if this is a good setup, but I would imagine it'd be fine. Something like this. And then the bind one, the B one, there's a couple. I'll probably bias towards this turret here. Line bot here. Molly here and here. Yeah, something like this. Probably would be fine.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, cool. It's a lot of screenshots, but is that clear enough direction for this week?
Yeah, super helpful. Thank you so much.
Of course. I think that's all. Mechanics look good. Like that's definitely not the bottleneck. So just try and look for more duels. Obviously, training mechanics all the time is going to be good. Like that routine that we had before and stuff. But I mean, despite what we saw today, like we're still climbing. You know, we have 60% win rate. The past 20 games, we have 60% overall this act. So what we're doing right now is just optimizing for more duels, for more impact. So yeah, I guess the reason why I say that is we're not in a place of like, oh shit, we're losing, we need to change everything. This is just optimizing to get more fights, hopefully get more impact.
Yeah. Okay. I was wondering, and someone also mentioned it in chat, do you think that I should try calming more? I'm hesitant to talk like at all because no one else is talking, but I do notice that in games where people are talking, we tend to do better. Like we tend to coordinate a lot better.
Yeah.
But also I have like a fear of I don't have enough game sense to like be asking for things or like to be directing a little bit.
Right.
So I don't know. What are your thoughts on that in low elo?
I think universally, like despite your like whatever elo you're in, low, medium, high, it is better to communicate. But I have never made it a requirement for people to calm, especially like people with like feminine voices, whether younger guys or yeah. So the Valorant community is just not great in that aspect.
Yeah. I was considering using a voice changer for a bit.
Yeah, so I would say that if that is something that you would want to try, definitely go for it. You probably would win more games just because teamwork is important and stuff. But again, I've never made it a priority for anyone aside from like high-level initiator players that I've worked with, like ascendant initiator players. I think you can get pretty far in this game without it. It will help 100%. But yeah, it's one of those things that it's tough to recommend sometimes just because of the community. So yeah,
Yeah, exposure therapy strat.
yeah. If you can get thick enough skin for it, or if you can get good enough at doing it, you probably will get a lot of value from it. Yeah.
Okay, noted.
Cool though. Hopefully some of this stuff helps. I definitely would be curious to see how it changes our defense. Even though I would argue the attack half is a little bit weaker than our defense.
Mm-hmm.
I would say you probably would feel the changes on defense more than the changes on attack, just because it's more in line with the agent. So just keep that in mind for this week.
Okay.
Cool, cool. Any other questions, comments, concerns?
I thought we were going to talk a little bit about the new map Corrode, but I don't think
Yeah,
it's that big of a priority.
it was between Corrode and Bind for me today.
Gotcha. I've also not had a lot of Corrode matches yet.
You did win this
I
one,
haven't, for some
13-11.
reason, haven't been. Yeah.
Yeah. What I will say for Corrode at this point, if you want any direction at all, is that on an attack, if you can go and take these fights in mid, it's like very good. And then on defense, you probably as a Killjoy would get a bit more value playing towards A compared to B, just because there's 2 lanes here. So you might prefer to do something like that, where I don't know, you have something to do. I don't even know how you would play this. This map's so big. But I would say for attack, try and go mid. On defense, I mean, typically I would also tell people to fight mid too, but doing it on Killjoy is probably tough.
Yeah. A lot of people have been saying that the map is too big for Killjoy, so I'm like,
Yeah, objectively
do I
that's
just stick
probably
to a
true.
side?
Yes, 100%. You wouldn't be able to cover like everything. You would probably just double util like your site. So if you're playing B, for example, you might have like turret here or line bot for like the jet dash, or you'd probably still have it on the choke. I don't know. But 100%, you would just full util your own bomb site and just hope you can hold it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I've been trying.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like it's working. You won your last 2 Corrode games, so there's that. And maybe you could try some of that swing off turret stuff. Like maybe you would have like a turret here, and then they come elbow, you pop the smolly, and then you would play here, swing off this turret.
Or like if you do want me to fight or try to fight mid, I could try doing that, like B Haven
Yeah,
similarly.
like turret here. Well, this one would get smoked off. This would also probably get smoked off. You might start the round with the turret here, and like if they come A-link, I guess round start, you sit here, you put turret here, you play here. Maybe you even cross and play here and play off your turret. That probably would work. Volley this. Yeah, that could work. It's a bit tough because if you play here, you're definitely going to get smoked off. And you would have to run through it, which honestly isn't the worst thing in the world. I do it all the time. But as a Killjoy, you don't really have the util for it. So A-Link would probably be a little bit easier. Yeah. Yeah. We could definitely take a look at Corrode next week, since we looked at Bind this week.
Sounds good.
Cool, cool. Well, that's it from me. If you have any questions throughout the week, hit me up. But other than that, just keep in mind as you're playing this week, how can you find more duels? That's going to be the big question.
Okay, that will be my one brain cell thought for the week.
Love it. I love it. Alrighty. You have a good
Thank
one.
you so much for your time. You
Likewise. Peace, peace. You have a good one.
too. Bye-bye.
See ya. Mm, 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 mm. Do. All right, chat. It's time for me to go. I'm not sure if Path is gonna continue to stream, but I'll send you guys to their stream regardless. I got an ad, all good. But I do have to hop. I have a coaching session in 20 minutes as well, so I'm gonna go prep for that. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed watching and learned a thing or two potentially. Have a good day, you as well. My cat just kicked my mouse. Oh yeah, cat. You guys want to see the cat cam really quickly? He's chilling. He's chilling. Okay. I'm out of here. Peace out. Later. End stream.